Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You both have been such incredible role models to all of us. You have given so much support in the community with all of your student scholars, the Salvation Army, Marine Corps Scholarship Foundation, and of course, I cannot forget your support to the arts and most importantly, to Intuit. Mom, you have always had an incredible eye for art, and Dad, you have definitely come a long way. You both have such a special partnership when it comes to art. I love watching the two of you get so excited when you're thinking about buying a new piece. We love you. Congratulations again.
We're standing in front of a drawing by Christina Ramberg that's owned by Janet and Craig Duchossois. Janet came to a weekend seminar that we had, and it turned out that she had been quietly collecting with Craig. So she invited me to their apartment, and I went to look at what they had, and it was kind of astonished at the quality, the very high quality of a very, very few things. We developed a friendship, and subsequently she's become the chair of our print and drawing advisory committee, endowed my position, and many other things at the museum. And so I'm really grateful to know them. I appreciate their dedication to the city and its institutions, and particularly those that really benefit society.
Your recognition tonight is deservedly significant due to your vision in building your extraordinary collection of artwork by artists of the outsider genre. Your generosity and your collecting commitment speaks volumes and a demonstration of the importance of this body of artwork within the context of the art world itself.
Craig and Janet are incredible pillars of the Chicago community. Their philanthropic, civic, and business leadership is truly remarkable, and we are so lucky to have them in Chicago. Craig and Janet have been great supporters of the Kellogg community, and particularly our students, veterans, a cause I know is close to their heart. And I'm so happy to see them honored with the Advocate for the Arts Award. Congratulations, Craig and Janet. No one is more deserving of this award.
Personally, we don't understand what all the big fuss is about.
Janet and Craig, sure, they're kind,
considerate,
loving, with a great eye and a passionate spirit.
The platinum standard for all humanity.
And good looking on top of it all.
Janet and Craig have a wonderful, loving family relationship. Are they aware that we are available for adoption?
Good evening, and welcome to the new Intuit. My name is Scott Lang. As chairman of the Intuit Board of Directors, I have the honor of presenting Intuit's rarely granted Advocate of the Arts Award to two people who you just heard about, who for the past several years have been quiet but highly important supporters of Intuit and of outsider and self-taught art. Usually preferring to remain in the background, tonight we are shining a bright light on them for their unselfish financial and moral support during this vital time of transition for Intuit into a modernized museum, one that will more properly reflect the cultural gem Intuit has become in Chicago and in the world globally. To put it simply, Janet and Craig Duchossois are people who follow through on what they believe in. They are passionate about veterans issues, healthcare, education, I could go on, and yes, art, including both modern art and outsider and self-taught art, which they intermix beautifully in their living spaces. And where Janet and Craig have passion, their support follows, as evidenced by their important gifts to universities, social service organizations, the Art Institute of Chicago, and now Intuit, one of only a handful of museums in the world that supports this important genre. And I think they picked us out. We didn't pick them out. Janet was originally the driving force behind their relationship with Intuit, and she was one of the first members of Intuit's Strategic Advisory Council comprised of local, national, and international experts on the genre, many of whom are in the room tonight. And I think they are in the room to celebrate Janet and Craig and Leslie. As her friend, I know how deeply impressed Janet is with the quality and uniqueness of works produced by leading artists of the genre, their challenging life stories, and the improbability of their success in overcoming enormous personal challenges to produce exceptional art. But let's not leave out Craig. This is not going to turn into a roast, Craig, so don't worry about it. It could. Craig has a great eye for art, a surprising love of colorful creations, and he fully supports and often exceeds Janet's enthusiasm for collecting those works. He completes the circle, as they say, and he often expands it. He's not only a great businessman, but also a great friend of Intuit and a passionate collector. Janet and Craig, along with their daughter and son-in-law, Ashley and Mike Joyce, who you saw on the screen, who have an amazing collection of their own now, became involved with Intuit as their passion for the genre grew in recent years. And they became strong friends and supporters without ever seeking personal recognition, which puts them in a very small category, and it's a nice thing. Strongly preferring to remain supportive, but in the background. They show real excitement, however, when they find something new and beautiful by an artist like a Bill Traylor, or a Henry Darger, or a James Castle, to add to their collection, which they've carefully cultivated into one of the highest quality self-taught and outsider art collections in the country. Along that journey, they've offered friendship, advice, and financial support to Intuit. They've joined our tours and events here in Chicago and in New York. Janet loves to learn about the artists, and she and Craig deeply appreciate and marvel at the life experiences and artistic talent demonstrated by these remarkable non-mainstream creators. Not surprisingly, Janet and Craig were early supporters of our vision to renovate and grow Intuit into a full-fledged museum. And when Intuit received the City of Chicago grant of $5 million, they, along with other great friends, stepped up to ensure Intuit would meet the required match. And we did. And thank you. Plus, they also committed additional funds to ensure Intuit would be able to build a major new relocated Henry Darger exhibition inside our walls and complete a digital transformation of the museum to make it more accessible globally. So we're going to be a modern museum. So wait for this. This may surprise even them. I'm very pleased to announce tonight that the re-envisioned Intuit Museum will feature a special, newly named Duchossois family Henry Darger exhibition, the name of our most important permanent exhibit, which they characteristically never asked for, but they richly earned. No one is more deserving of this Advocate for the Arts Award than Janet and Craig Duchossois. Please join me in welcoming Janet Duchossois to the stage. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Well, I'm going to speak first, and then my husband will say a few words, hopefully a few words. I want to say first how much our art collection has meant to us and how much we have appreciated it as a couple, actually. I became involved for the first time walking into Carl Hammer's studio and saw a Darger, which I absolutely loved. And we had been collecting a little bit before, but that was the first time that I ever became familiar with the self-taught artist. And it was the beginning of a great relationship with Craig and myself as far as looking at something together that has really added a huge dimension to our lives. It's been wonderful. And I would like to acknowledge first in our number one, thank you very much for this honor. It's a wonderful, wonderful honor, and we're very appreciative. We're excited about all that Intuit will become, and we have not been able to, I have not gone over to look at the new facility as it's coming, but it looks like it's going to be wonderful, so it'll be exciting to see how it develops. But I would like to acknowledge not only Deb, who's at our table, and the wonderful things that she has added to Intuit and to all that she's bringing to Chicago, but also at our table we have Frank Maresca, and we have Carl Hammer, and we have Mark Pascal, all of whom have added a huge dimension to our collecting lives. And thank you. Thank you very much. And to this wonderful evening, we very much appreciate being asked to be up here. Thank you.
You know, it's the first time I've asked to speak as a spouse. And I love every minute of it. Thank you, honey. My comments are brief since Janet gave thanks to those people that have been so much of a moving force for us. And my big add to that is Deb and her team have been entrepreneurial. And it's easy for a business guy to really respect and appreciate someone who thinks out of the box, moves the cheese, doesn't say no, says, can you clarify this? Is that what you mean? Well, then we'll make it happen. But I do want to recognize Carl Hammer, Frank Maresca. They taught me over the past years, not only insight on outsider art, but it's okay to wear black when you're not at a funeral. Thank you very much.